I want everyone to come to terms that you are this far in life because you decided to only get this far in life. I want many of you to realize that you have the things you have in life because you believe those are the things that you deserve. And you think everything else is harder to achieve. See, there are many things that you want in life, but you don't know if you're able to acquire them due to the lack of know-how, otherwise the information needed in order to have these things, the lack of guidance, or simply the lack of wanting to go get it. I'm not telling you you're wrong for feeling these things, but I will say you're wrong for continuing to believe these things. We, as people, wake up every day with the possibility of having more. You can have as much as you want, but you need to know how much you're willing to take. You can have as much life as you want, but how much from life are you willing to take? You can have as much happiness as you want, but how much pain to gain that happiness are you willing to take? You want to know what it's like to be happy and healed, but you don't want to know what it's like to feel pain and pestilence. Again, that's the word of the day, pestilence. You love the idea of having all this money, but you don't like the idea of being broke without it. So you have to be okay with not having so you can fully be grateful for what it's like to have. I used to not have a roof over my head. I used to not have an exponential amount of money in my pocket to just sit in there and I could do whatever the fuck I feel like with it. I used to not have the ability to speak my mind and tell whoever felt like they were over me that they could fuck off. I used to not have that ability. I used to not be confident in the idea that I am allowed to have these things because I was given the free will to have. Everyone is born with the right to have, but it is up to you to choose that you have the right to have. Many people want, but not many people choose to have this thing. I have the right to have this. I have the right to have this lighter because I wanted it, so I got one. I have the right to own an apartment, so I got one. I have the right to have an excess amount of clothes that all fit me when there was a time where I was still wearing clothes from back when I was obese and I couldn't fit none of that shit. And it was hard for me to even get new clothes, nigga. But now I have that because I realize I have the right to have these things. I don't have to go without these things. I have these things because I have the right to have them. I didn't think that they were bigger than me. I can have whatever thing I want. But I also have to work hard for those things. Not even work hard, work smart. Many people don't want to work in order to have things. They just want things to be given to them. Or they think the amount of work that they do, they'll never be able to get that thing they want. But see, if you're only focusing on one way to get something, you won't realize that there's other ways to get to your destination. It don't just gotta be the highway. Let me say that one more time and let me slow it down. There are many different ways to get to your destination. It don't just gotta be the highway. Some of y'all ain't never went through the back alleys. Some of y'all never had to go on a country road. Some of y'all never drove through multiple cities just to get there. Yeah, maybe a lot more stops, but at least you see a lot of cool shit on the way. A lot of y'all never decided to take a plane, a boat, a train, a bike, or walk. But you want to be at where you want to be at without realizing you have to put in some type of work in order to get there, so you can have that thing you want. Now, I'm not calling you, for lack of better words, mentally delayed for not realizing that there's more ways to get to where you need to go than just one. But what I am saying is that you're so used to seeing how other people did it that you ain't realized yet that you can do it in your way and still get there and shit. You might get there quicker than the motherfucker that got there before you. But like, yeah, I got here in a certain amount of time. He was like, yeah, that's cool, but I tried it this way and I got there way quicker. But ain't that supposed to take longer? No, see, but the way I did it, I ain't have as much stops as you. I ain't have as much in my way. I didn't have to go by what everybody else said. I didn't have to look over my shoulder to see if there was somebody over there that was going to stop me from getting there as quick as possible. I just got there at my own speed. I didn't want to get there so quick to where I didn't at least enjoy the journey in getting there. See, I want to get there in a way in which I'm able to look back at where I've came from and be like, yeah, I'd do this again just to get here. Even if it sucked a little bit, I'd do this again to get here. It's kind of like going on a hike. Many of you who have not been on a hike, I go hiking. So going on a hike is the equivalent of what I'm saying. My bad. Going on a hike is the equivalent to what I'm saying. You have a destination. You have different trails. You have different ways you can go. This trail goes that way. This main path goes this way. You could either drive your car up this hill and go that way, ride your bike this way, walk that way, or so on and so forth. You can take a lift to the top and it'd be the easiest way. Yeah, you may not be able to see all the cool shit at the bottom, but at least you got to see a top view. That's the easiest way to get up there besides, driving a car. That's life within itself. All those things you want to have, you can get there in any destination possible. And a lot of us are hard locked to whatever mode of transportation we're allotted. By transportation, I mean the way in which we were brought into this life. See, you may not were born with a silver spoon and you're able to just bypass all the bullshit. There's nothing wrong with that. You may need to be on feet and know what it's like to go through all these trees, all these ditches, climb over all these branches, nigga, tread through all this tall grass, bend down between these branches and wade in this water. But that made your experience unique to you. And you are able to use it as fuel in knowing that I can have what I want because I had to make it through that in order to get here. Think about how dumb you would be if you knew No, matter of fact, let me say like, imagine how dumb I'd be to think I'm not allowed to have food in my fridge, even though I knew it was a time where I was hungry. I was starving. I had no money to feed myself, and the money that I could use to feed myself, it had to go to somebody else because they believe that their needs and wants meant more than my needs and wants. Imagine if I still made it this far and I said, I can't put no groceries in my fridge because what if my parent needs this money to feed themselves? I'm gonna have to go without feeding myself in order to feed them. It would make no sense. See how it didn't correlate, didn't make any sense. You may think like, oh, well, but wouldn't that just make you a good person? No. Being a good person doesn't necessarily mean you have to sacrifice yourself all the time. Being a good person means that you're willing to sacrifice the comforts in life in order to get what you want. You can be comfortable all you want, but if your comfort is now a prison that you placed yourself in, or that you were placed in, there's no point in you being there. If someone tells you, hey, I need you to sit here, do nothing, but everything that you get, give it to me so I can feel better about my situation, and you just sit there in your situation and do nothing about it, you'd feel pretty stupid, right? To believe that. Now, to go back to my example of getting to where you want to be in life in order to have the things you want, is like going on a hike. If you wanted to get to the top of the mountain and you knew you could get up there, but someone was like, hey, bro, don't move from this spot. And if you attempt to move from this spot, I want you to move back into the spot that you were at. And then tell me what you seen on the way so I can take credit for all that you've seen. And when I actually get up there and you're still down here, I'll let people know that I seen you when I was down there. See how that doesn't make sense? See how that doesn't, no, that don't sit right. Do it. No, your way of getting to where you need to go in life does not always mean you have to sacrifice for others. It's a sacrifice for yourself in order to get there. I had no roof over my head. I knew I was able to have one, so I put one over my head. I didn't have a car, but I knew I was worthy of having a car, so I put in the work in order to have a fucking car. I was not able to feed myself. Now I have the right to feed myself because I knew I am worthy of having these things. And I know these words may sound, again, very witchy, woo-woo, overly spiritual and all that shit, but not many people realize they're able to have these things because they sit in their bubble of self-dismay and they allow themselves to think, whatever life gives me, I'll just be okay with that. But if life gives you nothing but more life for you to create more life, and you create nothing out of it, what was the point of you having a life in the first place? You telling me you woke up this morning and you decided to do the same thing that you did last year. That got you nowhere. Yeah, it's enjoyable, makes you forget about all the bullshit that's around you, but all the bullshit around you could be alleviated if you created some new ways of getting to the stuff that you want to have in life. You want to have more money. Find a way to make more money that isn't going to put you in jail. Please don't do nothing that's going to put you in jail. Unless you just built like that. Like, this comes from someone who used to sell drugs. So, like, I'm not saying you have to be clean cut, but my nigga, like, find a new way. And if you think that it's hard, it's only hard because you're making it hard on yourself. There are a million ways to learn how to make money. Nigga, if I persisted in, like say I persist in this for a year. I've been doing this on and off for a year. Like, if I persisted in doing this every day for a year, there's a higher chance I'm going to get paid for doing this by this same time next year or by the time the year ends. Just by doing this. Putting all the videos out, all the shorts, all the edits, all that shit. If you would do the same thing with whatever that you're good at, and you find a way to make what you do enjoyable for you and for somebody else, you'll be fine. You may not even want to have a whole lot of monetary shit because you're afraid of money. Cool. You want to just have new experiences where you've been to new places, but nigga, you have never left your hometown. How are you gonna know what it feels like to be in Jamaica if you're afraid of leaving your hometown? Nigga, you never been to Idaho. Nigga, I've never been to Idaho, but I've been to Florida. Nigga, I've been to New York. I can't count Virginia because I'm from Virginia. I've been to Chicago, so Illinois. I've been to Michigan. I've been to all these places. So like, what's the point? And me saying like, oh, I would love to go here, but like, I'm afraid of leaving where I'm at. I would never make it there if I was afraid of leaving. If you were afraid of moving on from what you already know, you ain't never gonna get nowhere in life. You will constantly sit there and just be okay with the nothing that you create. You will constantly be going to work, clocking in, clocking out, and getting nothing out of it at the end of the day. Yeah, you get a paycheck, but if your bills are high as fuck, what are you going to get from that? Are you going to put money aside and start that one thing you've been putting off for so long because you just think it's not the right time? It's never the right time to do something. It's just the right time to do it right then and there. Like, I can't be like, oh, I'm not going to stream yet because I need to have an 8K camera. I need to have the best background. I need to have the best mic. And like, you don't need none of that shit. A lot of these niggas are getting paid off their phone. And you're worried about having everything look perfect. Nigga, as long as you're on the screen and you're doing something enjoyable, people gonna watch you. If you're saying something that people can feel, motherfuckers gonna watch you. If you like, I feel like I'm loud as hell. If you like making candy, homemade, nigga, you know how many people like sugar? If you don't just shut the fuck up and do something about it, you have all this potential to do these things that you always wanted to do, but you're afraid of doing them because you don't want to fail. Nigga, look, reality check. I need you to buckle the fuck in, take the wheel, and drive to the destination life that you want to go. You gonna hit a couple potholes, my nigga. You gonna swerve out of your lane a couple of times. You may look down and you fuck around, fumble, drop your phone, and then you realize you out of the lane. You hit the rumble strips. Hey, I think as long as you get that bitch back in the lane, get to where you going, even if you fuck up on the way, bro. I've got only a small bit into the life that I'm creating for myself. That small bit means so much more to me than all the other shit I've been through. Nigga, I come from a toxic household where men are not allowed to be happy and they're not allowed to have more than what a woman is telling them to have. Oh, you want to be successful? I don't want that. I just want you to go to work and pay all my bills. Ma'am, I am your child. I am not your husband. Oh, you want to do audio engineering and you want to be an animator and all that? I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay in this small town and be a preacher. Bitch, that's not what I said I wanted to do. Excuse my language. And you're like, oh, you want to be an entertainer. You want to be a public figure. You want to be a humanitarian. Yeah, that's cool. I'd rather you stay in this place right here until you die, never amount to anything, but make sure that I'm okay until I die, and then you can have your life. I'd rather not. I come from that, my nigga. This small amount of freedom I created for myself because I finally decided to say, fuck it. And instead of worrying about if I was gonna have anybody to back me in this small amount of freedom I gave myself, I just said, do it anyway. Does it suck? Yes, you gonna fail a couple of times, nigga. It's gonna hurt. You gonna stub your toe, bruise your knee, bump your head, scrape your elbow. You gonna do all that shit. It's okay, nigga. At the end of the day, nigga, you gonna have some war wounds. Every great soldier has some war wounds. They done been through some shit. Every boxer got an injury. Every football player got an injury. Nigga, both soccer and American football. Every MMA player got an injury, so on and so forth. Everyone that has fought to prove their skin in the game in which they're in have some type of injury. It's gonna hurt becoming number one, my nigga. It's gonna hurt having freedom. How the fuck you think slaves felt? Nigga, all versions of slaves, where they were black, Mexican, Irish, even when white people were slaves for like that small amount of time they were. Nigga, Asian people, like, nigga, at some point, everybody has had to fight for their right to be free and have things they always wanted to have. Fuck do you mean you're too afraid to go get the things you always wanted to have? Nigga, you never owned a motorcycle. If you don't shut the fuck up and go do what you gotta do to go get that goddamn motorcycle, you always wanted to go to goddamn California. Bitch, but you have never thought about getting that goddamn passport. That bitch $600. You ain't even saved up enough money to go get a passport, my nigga. That's how much you don't want the thing that you say you want. You like the idea of having it, but you don't want the actualization of having it. Actually having something and thinking that you want it because it would sound cool is two different things. If what you want is what you want, then why aren't you sacrificing all those creature comforts in order to have that thing you say you would love to have? You telling me you want to be able to wake up in a penthouse in a major city? Oh yeah, this shit lit. This shit nice, nigga. I'm on the top floor, nigga. My bank account full of fuck. Yeah. But you not willing to sacrifice all your subscriptions to those things that you barely watch. Stop eating all that food that is burning a hole in your pocket so you can learn financial literacy. You don't want to learn how to invest, my nigga? You don't even have a high yield saving account. You telling me you want a penthouse in New York, and how much New York costs, nigga? If you spend 3 bands in New York, nigga, that is nothing but a corner of a bodega down the street next to the goddamn bathroom. That's all you gonna get, my nigga. That's all you gonna get, my nigga. That's all you gonna get, my nigga. But if you want that big shit in life that you say that you want so bad, bro, you gotta start doing big shit. And not tell you gotta do the biggest thing in the world. No, nigga, sometimes you just have to go out there and do small things that lead to bigger things. Do you know how many videos I have posted in the past 6 months? So many. And I've got a lot of views, many subscribers. I may not have 1,000 on every channel that I have, but nigga, the fact that I can get 100K views on each channel, and I did that in about 3 months. One of them less than that, nigga. Anything is possible. If I can get those results, and I'm not even like hell-bent on doing all these things, I'm just doing them because I've always wanted to do them, nigga, you can too. You have the ability to have all those things you want, my nigga. Why are you not trying to go get those things? You have the ability to have all the things that you have ever wanted to have. Even if it's some stupid shit like, nigga, you want to own a Pomeranian. Nigga, if you don't go get that goddamn Pomeranian after you get that money and you learn how to take care of that little nigga, if you don't go do that dumb shit, not that your dog is dumb, but like, nigga, you want some small dumb shit to have in your life. Go do that. Go be happy, nigga. No No one's telling you you can't be happy, nigga. No one's telling you can't be free. You have free will, the freedom to will it into existence, nigga. Go do something about it. You want to move to a different state, do it, nigga. The fuck? You want to have a girlfriend, go find her, nigga. You gonna meet some fucked up women along the way, because guess what? If you are looking for a good girlfriend, there's a chance that there's a woman out there looking for a good man, and she's actually a good woman. Y'all gonna run into each other. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect, but nigga, y'all will run into each other. Y'all will eventually be able to sit there in front of each other and be like, damn, I finally got to you. Like, yeah, she finally got to me, my nigga. You may just want a happy family. You want your kids to be healthy. Do that, nigga. Find out a way to make your kids the healthiest kids in the world. Find out the way to make life better for you and better for the niggas behind you. When it's time for you to pass on that sword and that shield and someone else got to take up your moniker, nigga, find a way to do that. Because I know when I finally lay down my arms and I got to take my final resting spot, I got to make sure that somebody behind me knows that, oh shit, it's my turn, bro. I got to see what the fuck we can do after this. Because if he told me that he had the right to have all these things, and I can too, with all the things that he has accumulated in his life, all these monikers, all these businesses, such and such, he's done all this, and it's like he did it with no effort. I can do the same thing. And don't look at me to be your validator of you deserve it because simply you exist. Nah, it don't work that way. You deserve it because you have the right to deserve what you want. You just have to be able to work for that shit. You have to be able to be greater or equal to the thing in which you want. If you want to have a happy family, nigga, you gonna have to learn how to be a family person, even if you didn't come from a good family. You might have to make a fake family. You may have some friends. Treat them niggas like family. They happy when they around you. You happy when you around them. Y'all niggas is good with each other. Everybody loves helping you out, nigga, and they love when you help them, nigga. That's the first way you gonna understand how to have a family, my nigga. You may want to be a great dad, a great mom. Learn how to take care of yourself and take care of other people in a loving way. You can go ahead and get that, nigga. Shit, I don't know what it's like to have a loving woman in my life. But I know how I want her to treat me, nigga. And I know how I'm supposed to treat a woman. So even if I have to go through bullshit women to get to the woman that is meant for me, cool. I am fine with that. That is the sacrifice you have to be willing to make. Granted, there are a lot of bullshit women and bullshit men out there. Because I'm not going to say this as in like one-sided gender shit, because I'm not about to be in that fucking category of niggas. This is not a red pill podcast. I want you to become the thing that you want that would want you. Ladies, if you want that man that loves you and is obsessed over you and wants to be caring over you, you have to be a woman that is willing to do the same thing for that man so he feels okay with doing that for you. And if me saying that made you feel bad or made you feel like you got the ick, bitch, you ain't never gonna get that shit. Let's be real. You ain't never gonna get that shit. You not willing to be the exact female representation of the thing that you want in your male counterpart, bitch, you ain't never gonna get that. My boy, you want your girl to have her fingers and toes done and be clean, well shaven, whatever the weird bullshit you want on top of her. Standards you want to put on her and shit. But nigga, your feet stink. Nigga, your teeth yellow. Nigga, your fingernails dirty. You don't even work a labor job, nigga. Your hands just dirty, nigga. You type on a computer all day. Why is there dirt underneath your fingernails? Your room musty. You ain't washed clothes in 2 weeks. But you want all this from this person, all this from that person. Are you willing to be the thing that is equal to that? A lot of people ain't ready for that, because you want to have these things, but you ain't willing to have the balls or the cojones, whatever you want to say, in order to be the equal to what you want. A relationship is equal give and take, and that doesn't mean 50-50, because not many people care for 50-50, which I'm not about to go down that tangent either, because I'm not about to explain to you how finances work within a relationship. That's going to be a whole different story and a whole nother podcast episode. You have to be willing to give the thing that you want. You can't expect everything from somebody and you give a little bit of yourself. You want that man to open your door, pay your bills, take you out to dinner. He got to buy you a pair of shoes. He got to give you a compliment every 5 minutes. But every time you see that nigga put on his best fit you ever seen, you give him the most backhanded compliment ever. That's them shoes you wearing? I mean, it's cute or whatever. Bitch, you know that's not a fucking compliment, nigga. If you don't lock in and tell that nigga he put that shit on today, the fuck, you ain't never seen this nigga have that crazy of a crease in his jeans, nigga. You never seen this nigga iron a goddamn pair of pants, but he got creases in his jeans today, nigga. His jeans ain't got no holes in them. They ain't distressed at the kneecaps and shit. Like, come on, bro. His nigga, he got a lineup and all that shit. He well moisturized, nigga, got on cologne. He walk around this bitch like a whole new nigga. What you over here talking down on this nigga saying, you ain't even had to do all that. Like, I don't know where the fuck you think you going, and you only going to the insert this place he been waiting to go for the longest. And he decided he wanted to take you with him. But you want to be the baddest bitch in the building, but he can't be the most well-dressed nigga in the building with the baddest bitch in the building. You feel me? See? This shit's sad. He's supposed to hype your head up, but you can't be his hype girl. That's crazy. You can't be his cheerleader. That's wild. What I need you to do is take several steps back and realize that you may not be that bitch for that nigga that you claim that you want. You may not be that nigga for that woman that you claim that you want. And you need to be okay with that. And until you become that person you need to be, don't expect that person to meet you halfway, my nigga. See, equal give and take. That's 50-50. See, I told you that's another conversation for another podcast at another time. You can do all this, and they can do all that, and y'all meet in the middle. That's 100% of the both of y'all. Because what you don't know, 50-50 don't mean you give half of you and I give half of me, and then we come together make 100. No, nigga, 50-50 means this is 100% of everything I can perform. What is the 100% of everything you can perform? And we take our two halves, 50 and 50. You the other 50 of this relationship, I'm the other 50 of this relationship, but we giving it 100% of ourselves. Now we doing more than the average couple, average relationship. I don't know what the other word I was looking for. I was gonna say matrimony, but I'm pretty sure that a majority of people are gonna get married due to the amount of inflation that's on the world, and I don't think a lot of niggas want to be spending that money on a dress that a woman is going to wear once and a tuxedo a nigga's only going to wear once. You know how dumb it is to spend 5 bands on a suit and 5 bands on a dress? You gonna wear once for 3 hours and never put that bitch back on again? Bitch, if you don't get that motherfucker off of Fashion Nova and shut the fuck up. If you don't get that goddamn wedding dress off of goddamn Alibaba and get that motherfucker tailored for $500, bitch, you will be all right. Your diamond ring does not need to be $10,000, bitch. It's gotta be 5 carats. Shorty, if I give you no, it's gotta be a carat diamond, or it's gotta be 4 carats, shorty. If I give you a 2-carat diamond and I don't tell them to over process that diamond, it's gonna be the same size of a 4-carat diamond. I just half the price, but it's the same size. You didn't know how that's how diamonds work. Look at all the motherfuckers in the back. They didn't realize that's how diamonds work. Yes, nigga. A 0.5 diamond or a 0.75 diamond looks exactly like a 1-carat diamond. If they don't overly process that bitch and put all the extra cuts on it, nigga, you'll be fine. And why you need this big ass diamond around your goddamn your finger anyway? Because one, last time that I checked, you gonna take that bitch off every now and then. And you'll be like, yeah, but it's like a token of like how much you love me. That's weird, because if I take that away from you, that means I don't love you. Why is all my love placed upon you in an object? The love in which I'm able to give you is not placed in the object, it's placed in the things in which I'm willing to do for you that even I wouldn't do for myself. That's the amount of love. That's priceless. If I say that, okay, now, God forbid, I don't believe in divorce. I'm kind of iffy on marriage, but here's my ideology on it. If I have a marriage partner, obviously female, and she says that she doesn't want to do this no more, and I say, okay, give me my ring back. And she goes and says, no, I don't want to do that because you bought this for me because it showed me how much you love me. Okay, well, obviously you don't love me back, so I'm gonna need my ring. See how dumb that shit sounds? And you're gonna be like, oh, so you don't love me no more? No, because you don't love me no more. Once you stop loving me, I'm gonna stop loving you, because I'm not delusional like that. And now, plus, I'd be damned if this is some type of mind trick you're trying to play on me, because you want to see if I'm going to chase you and make you feel special because you haven't felt special in 30 minutes. I'm not about to do. I'm not about to deal with that. And men, y'all need to stop doing the same thing to women. You out here looking for female validation for her, and you chasing after her so she can tell you how good of a man you are. Nigga, if she hasn't told you thank you for anything you did, you might as well stop doing that shit and never do it again, nigga, because at this point, give it up, bro. Do not expect that woman to tell you thank you because you took her groceries up the steps for her, nigga. She probably don't care. Ladies, stop expecting random niggas that you meet on the internet to always pay for shit. He's not gonna do that. That nigga do not care that your water bill is past due. Bitch, it's your fault it's past due. Bitch, I need a retwist. You gonna come over and twist my dreads? Like, nigga, if you ain't gonna do me a favor, why would I do you a favor? And the one I need ain't even monetary, bitch. Matter of fact, give me the $80. I'll give it to the chick that's gonna retwist my hair, and then I'll reimburse you the 80, and then I'll give you the other. What, I don't know how much a water bill would cost, because I don't know how much water you probably using. Well, you probably take long ass showers, because I do know that a lot of women take long ass showers. So I'm gonna it's gonna go from 80 to like probably 120. So the difference in $40. So like, you need a 40 ball, nigga. Okay, cool, but I need something for my time. See how fucked up that shit sounds? That's exactly how niggas feel. Don't mind me, I'm just talking shit. Actually, nah, bitch, mind me, because everything that I'm saying is extremely factual. You just don't like the fact that it's hitting home. Me personally, I don't care about the whole men gotta do this and women gotta do that, because at the end of the day, y'all both ain't gonna do shit out of the shit that you're comfortable with. You're not gonna do shit that's different until that person does something that's different out of their routine that makes you think that it's okay to come out of your normal routine. You want that man to take you on 3 dates a month, but you have yet to buy this nigga anything to wear on one of those dates that he take you on. Ladies, imagine how play it would be if you bought your man a shirt and it was a good ass shirt. You was like, bro, I would love to see this nigga in this shirt. You know that nigga body type. You know that nigga shoulders broad. Nigga got a big chest. Nigga got nice size arms and shit. Nigga got a thick neck. You ain't never had a nigga with a strong neck. You got a nigga that got trapezoids, nigga. This shit right here, nigga, trapezoids, nigga. You ain't never had a nigga with trapezoids, nigga. Get that nigga a shirt that's gonna fit him perfectly. Tell him you want him to put that shirt on when he take you out on a date. Now he gotta wear that shirt on the date because he be like, oh, my baby bought me a shirt. I gotta take shawty somewhere crazy. Now y'all at Topgolf with matching outfits. Y'all niggas ain't even drive. Y'all niggas took an Uber. Cause y'all both know y'all finna get drunk. As soon as y'all get back to the crib, there's gonna be some crazy shit going down. I would get explicit, but this gotta go on YouTube, so pardon my lack of French. But parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle HeveeHvncho. Comment ça va? Look at all the niggas that didn't know I knew a different language. Look at all the niggas that didn't know I knew a different language, nigga. Too bad for you. I only know how to speak at a 2nd grade level. I haven't had to practice with an actual French person in years, nigga. But back to what I was saying. I think we as men and women, when it comes to this relationship thing or life in general, we have to be willing to get out of the routine of I'm only doing what I'm okay with doing until someone else shows me otherwise. Because a lot of times you don't know that what you're doing, it may be detrimental to you until someone else show you or tell you that it's detrimental to you. Like I can tell you as much as I want that if you so happen to eat 5 pounds of candy every day, it's bad for you. But if you know you've been eating 5 pounds of candy every day for the past 3 years and ain't shit happened to you, so that's as far as you can tell, that's bad for you, you ain't gonna give a fuck. But if I tell you that, yeah, but ain't your like your incisor a little bit loose, don't that bitch wiggle when you put your tongue on it, nigga, you going that motherfucker start doing him on the motherfucker percolator. You don't feel that shit? Now you ever notice that your tongue is the same color gray as my shirt, nigga? You ain't realized that? Have you realized it don't matter how much you brush your teeth, your shit still smell like yesterday night, nigga? Am I the only one? Just me? That's crazy. See, I can tell you as much as I want that what you're doing is detrimental to you. But until it starts taking an effect on both what me and you are doing to get into life, whether we're doing this together or separate, that's the only time you're going to realize I should change something. If I'm telling you, hey, bro, you spending excess amount of money on this thing every month, every day, every week is going to stop you from getting that one thing you always wanted. You're going to be like, man, it's going to be okay because I've been doing good recently. Yeah, but that amount of good that you've been doing could also equate to the amount of great you could be doing later. Write that word down, equate. Now, we got 2 words of the day. Pestilence and equate, nigga. Pestilence and equate. Write that shit down. Write that shit down. I'm making you niggas smarter by the day. See, I may not have went to a prestigious college for 4 to 6 years, but I do like to read and watch documentaries about shit that I like to learn. No, back to what I was saying. You ain't gonna realize that what you doing is fucking you up until it fuck you up. I can warn you as much as I feel like. The same way if you're in a relationship with somebody and you feel like, hey, bro, you've been eating a lot of food, you gaining a lot of weight, and I'm worried about your health. I can say that as much as I feel like. But if you're going to be like, oh, so you calling me fat? That's the only thing you hear because you're hearing it as a judgment and not a critique or like an observation. It's all on you that you think that I'm trying to belittle you. No, nigga, I'm saying that I'm afraid for your heart health, and I know it's not healthy to be 24% body fat or more because that means you're obese, especially for your height. Nigga, I study nutrition just because, nigga, I'm not big for no reason. Nigga, I know how much I can eat and can't eat. The fuck? I just calculated calories like a fucking hour ago. I just helps you calculate calories an hour ago, nigga. Like, come on. You need to be more self-aware of what you do in your everyday life. Because it's the unconscious things you do every day that destroy the conscious things you could be doing every day. Say that one more time. It's the unconscious decisions you make every day that are destroying the conscious decisions you could be making to have a better life. You've been scrolling on your phone for 5 hours knowing you gotta go to sleep, nigga. It's 2 a.m. Put your fucking phone down. I used to struggle with this shit, bro. Put your fucking phone down. I went from going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning to going to sleep at like 10:30, 11. Nigga, for me, that's more than enough sleep. Sometimes I'll be waking up and it'll be 12 in the morning, nigga. Like, bro, I just laid down, nigga. Body don't need that much rest. Well, mine don't. Don't know why. I'll probably figure that shit out later when I go into introspective mode a little bit later after I get off a stream. But, nigga, it's time to be more aware of yourself so you can be the best version of yourself. If you know you don't like certain things, start figuring out why these certain things that are in your life are persisting in your life, and find a way to backtrack to where you can negate some of the blow. Write that word down, negate, nigga. Pestilence, equate or equivalent. What was the word I just said? I just forgot that shit. Oh my God, I just forgot that shit. I said Bogart. It's not whatever the word I said, bro. I'll get to it in editing. Ah, damn, I already forgot that word. That's sad, bro. That's sad. Whatever can soften the blow. It's whatever is negate. There it negates the damage that it could do farther down the line. Just start taking better care of yourself, bro. I'm not trying to sound overly motivational, but at the end of the day, I do like making people aware that they have the right to have a better life, because not many people realize they have that. You have probably had a conversation with somebody. They told you about this one thing they wanted to do, and you asked them why don't they do it, and then they immediately give you an excuse that could be solved by saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. You have heard this come out of someone's face, and you have also been the face this has come out of. Really let that sink in. You have heard the excuse and been the one giving the excuse. You have to choose that it is time for you to stop giving an excuse. And I'm not just saying this so I can make you feel bad about yourself, because I got to do it too. I stopped giving myself an excuse for getting on stream. Used to be like, bro, I don't got enough time. I'm working a whole lot. I got all these other things in the background I got to do. But nigga, at the end of the day, this is something I want to do. I'm holding myself accountable just as much as I'm holding you accountable, my nigga. If you fuck up along the way, congratulations. We all do that. If you don't know how to get it done, nigga, figure it out. You have Google. If Google don't got the answer, I hate to say this, but ask ChatGPT. It'll find all the people that know the answers to the shit that's for your specific problem. And I know it may sound like I'm giving false hope, but it only sounds like false hope if you have a false sense of reality that you want to live in. Do you want to live in a world based on what you could have done and what you didn't want to do? Or do you want to live in a world based on what you did do because you know you could get it done? I'd rather live in the latter and not the former. But you know, we're all weak at some point, but that don't mean that we can't get stronger. And as long as you keep fighting to be strong and having some strength, you one day will meet people that will be just as strong as you. Just as strong as you and I. And one day we will meet and we will be stronger together.